So the next video is a neuro-linguistic programming tool that I have used, and I recommend everybody that I work with use these. What happens is that we've been programmed and we have different scripts running in our head from growing up, from the things that we've heard, from things that people told us, things that we believe that are not true about ourselves, but because we believe it, we start to internalize it, and then we begin to create it in our reality because our mind starts to believe it, our subconscious mind starts to believe it and becomes self-perpetuating. So one thing that I have found to be the best way to start to reprogram some of these self-limiting beliefs is come up with the topic. And you can think about, let's say for instance, this is my favorite thing because everybody seems to, have some type of things with money, right? So if you think of the subject, maybe it's love, maybe it's money, maybe it's family, it's work, it's your career or your passions, anything that you tend to struggle with, think about that thing, and then the first thing that comes up into your head, write it down. So with me, when I thought money, I think first thing, more money, more problem. Money doesn't grow on trees. Money is the root of all evil. Now those are 3 self-limiting beliefs that I had about money. But these things are things that you hear all the time growing up. They're in songs, it's music, and these are things that were stopping me in a block that I had to get around, to work around and reprogram my mindset so I can go from a poverty consciousness to a wealth consciousness. And so when I write down money is the root of all evil, I need to change that and say that with money, I can do good for others. So it's just basically flipping that on its head. Whatever your self-limiting belief is, you're flipping it on its head, right? With money, I can do more for others. And that I like to turn it into like a little melody or a little tune. This is when a hip hop comes in. With money, I can do more for others. 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 So then when I'm in the car, it's almost like when you hear a song over and over and over again, you just know the song. You didn't necessarily think about learning the song, but because of the repetition, you just learned it. And that is the easiest and quickest way to reprogram yourself. So now that it's in the tune or a jingle mations, not an affirmation, but a jingle mation. So these are mantras that you're going to create based on what your specific issue is that you're struggling with, or thing that you need to work on, that you feel like you need to work on, and you create it. There was another one based on a list of things that I did. I created one. Did I create this? Or maybe a girlfriend and I did it together, but we came up with I am happy, healthy, wealthy, stable, and successful. And it turned into a song. I am happy, healthy, wealthy, stable, and successful. I am happy, healthy, wealthy, stable, and successful. I am happy, healthy, wealthy, stable, and successful. So I'd be in the car driving down the street singing this to the top of my lungs like I was Aretha Franklin. I am happy. Oh, yes, I am. Like remixing it, y'all. It gets serious, right? I have many more, and then I write them, and there'll be like signs all over the mirrors in my house. Anybody watch Me and Mary Jane? I think she had all these mantras all over her house. But that was another thing. I would write them and I would stick them on mirrors, so then when you look at it, you say it. But making them into songs is priceless because you're driving in your car. Don't turn the radio on. Start singing your song that you made for you, for your mental, because it's all about the program and the tapes that we hear. So if we start to recite other tapes, and we're saying this, which gives it more power because there's power in words. Every word holds its own frequency. So there's power in saying it. It's power in writing it. So saying it, writing it, you got to write it down, right? First, write it down. Then you say it, hang it up somewhere, and then you sing it and you turn it into like gospel, right? Literally turn it into a gospel. That is the way that you create your own custom, personalized mantras that you can use to start to reprogram your mind so that you can overcome the things that have been holding you back. Those are blocks, right? Those are self-limiting beliefs. When you think of work, you gotta work hard for the money. If we keep telling ourselves we gotta work hard for money, we're gonna be working hard for the rest of our lives, right? So don't say you gotta work hard for the money or no pain, no gain. That is putting in your head that that unless you're hurting, you're not going to get what you need to get. So no, we got to reprogram. I mean, these are things that just growing up, we've heard them sayings. They're sayings, they're dumbass sayings that people came up with that have been passed down generation through generation. This is a part of some of our generational curses. Maybe it's not as like, but no, it is as, because if we start to believe these things, then we are setting the standard for our lives. We're setting the standard for our children's lives, because then our children hear us saying these things, and then they start saying it, and then their kids start saying it. So these are official generational curses that are being passed down, and it's like the buck stops here. Fuck, we not doing it no more. We not doing that no more. We not saying these things anymore. These old, sayings that you heard your grandmom saying, you heard your mama saying, and now when you think about what it is that you're actually saying, it's like, that's some self-limited ass shit. That's a block. And these are the blocks that we have to overcome if we want to move forward and if we want to prosper. Okay, so hopefully that helps. Another one, money doesn't grow on trees. Money is abundant. Money is abundant, and it's enough money for everybody. You don't have to be competitive. So anything like competition, like these are things, and there's so many more, but I just wanted to give you guys a starting point so that you can start working on these things and start journaling them to reprogram them. I hope this was helpful for you. If you have any questions, leave them in the comments below. I promise I will respond. If you had any experience with this in the past, let me know. Let's chat about it, because these are some of the tools that I teach and I've implemented to change and start to create my reality. Until next time, smooches and toodles.